Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Leicester Reborn. In today's episode we will have a game, probably in the Premier League, maybe in the Champions League, I'm not too sure, it's deadline day and we're coming back with a little bit of deadline day drama. With that being said, give the episode a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and yet again if I say I'm very nasally and very off, I am sick. It's actually a Friday. I have the day off work, but that's not going to stop me from being on stream and going forward, mainly because I don't want to go back to sleep before I go to the doctors to go and get myself checked over. But with that being said, without further ado, I am going to go in and just, the reason why we're live is Kelsey and Nacho's doing my head in. First things first, we signed someone with this being the case. We're going to just go chronological order. Ian actually came to me and said, hey, I want to leave for a new challenge. And I said, well, not particularly want to sell you. What's it going to do if you're going to stay here? And he goes, win the title. And I was like, okay, we're not winning the title this year, clearly. I'll sell you for 43 mil. He was happy. We made a bid for 40. We listed him up for 43 mil before deadline day. Southampton said, I will take him. He wasn't interested. Tried to talk him into it. Didn't want to go. Screw you then, Nick Kelsey. Screw you. Got a deadline day and no one's making a bid, so we decided to loan him out. And with the loans, we had Olympic Lyon, PSV and West Ham all offer to pay about 80 to 100% of his wage, all offer to pay more than 200k a month, and with clauses and everything, after playing 10 games, he would have been owed in the vicinity of 32.4 to 36 mil. I was like, finally he's going, he says he's happy to go to everybody, and just like Lucas Moura, rejects everyone. I think this has to be a known bug in the game. I thought this was more of a beta thing, and I haven't faced any issues in Glory Hunter selling players, but I know it was a thing beforehand. It looks like, for whatever reason, in this save, the players keep rejecting contract offers, which makes no sense, and growth seems to be a very big issue, because except for Adam Lynch, everyone else is not growing. Now, that led me to sign someone in his replacement to be either a backup striker or to play in the hole. And his name is Matheus Cunha from Matheus Cunha, and he is obviously from Wolves. Very fantastic footballer, can play on the left, can also play in the middle, as well as an attacking midfielder, as you can see here, or a shadow striker, depending on whichever way you want to look at it. I don't know which way we would use him. I could also use him up front. I'm thinking about putting him on the left to see if he gets some goals, and then maybe moving him into the middle, because I think he's just fantastic out there on the left, and Smith Rowe can play through the middle. Also, I'm open to playing Smith Rowe on the left and him through the middle. I just think at 25, Brazilian international, and for the measly 29 mil up front, I thought it was very good. Lastly, I want this Ian Asher deal to go through because I've only got 5 mil left in the budget, and I kind of need a little bit more money in the budget. For whatever reason, for a Premier League club, we hemorrhage money here at Leicester, which makes no sense because generally this club is run very well, and I never have any issues in England having money. So, with that being said, Ian Asho, I want to do it. Really care. Look, for me, even the press saying he's not going to get his move. I've accepted bids. I don't know why it's not happening. I am going to Joe this, and yeah, this is not great. I don't think. Like, I just want him to go. Like, it doesn't bother me if he goes or if he doesn't go. But I want him to go because I want the money. That made no sense. Incoherent Damien. Mandatory free. I want 34 mil, I'm going to get greedy, and I want 100k a week, and see who makes me bids. But yeah, with 3 hours to go, we're going to see if Ian actually gets a bid here first up to YouTube, and we do have some bids. I have some loan offers. Sporting make a bid, and Marseille make a bid, and they're both preferred destinations, and they're nowhere near the money I want. In saying that though, have a look at this. Sporting are giving me 2.2 mil per thing, per month, 3.3 mil if he doesn't play, and 100% of his wage. So, how long until it would go through? 6 months, maybe? Not even. It's January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, about 6 months, 5 months. In 5 months, we're going to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mil, plus 12 is 24, plus 7 over 10. We're probably going to get close to that 30 mil. That's actually not too bad. I want to see if they would give me more money. Let's see if we get 15 out of them. 12? I'm actually going to accept that because that's a lot of money. All right, let's go to Marseille and see what Marseille are offering. Marseille are offering a bit more than what I was getting beforehand, which is 16 up front plus a bit more. I think he really wants to go to Marseille, so we're going to try and get Marseille to maybe come to the table here for a little bit more. See what I mean? Like that. That's gold. Like, that's That's 2.5 mil plus 15 plus 7 plus 100% of his wage. So for the next 2.55, 7.5, 10, 12.5 mil, 12.5 plus the 15, 22.5, 27.5 plus the 7.5 plus 100% of your wage. Alright, we're going to see if he goes to either one. I'm happy if either one gets there as well. So Ian actually gets some bids. With 3 hours to go. Is he going to reject one of these? Because he's been rejecting everybody. As Ian Atro. We have an inbox for my thing. That's fine. Ian Atro's gone. There we go. Alright. Compile match reports and off you go. Ian Atro is leaving. So, with that being said, we've got Mateus Cunha in for 29 mil and Ian Atro's going for a guaranteed 2.2 mil per month. And then, 16 mil plus 7.5? That's like really huge. Just want to go and confirm what it is here. Ian Atro, confirmation. So, yet again, we're getting 2.5 mil for the next, 5 months it is? If I can get my calculator out. 2.5. Jeez, I can't do, oh my God. I cannot type when I'm sick. Times 5 is 12.5 mil, 12.5 plus the 15, plus the 7.75, 35 mil is guaranteed. That's guaranteed 35 mil. And if he doesn't play, we get 3.7. So if he doesn't play a game in a month, we get 3.7. What we hope happens here is he goes and he gets injured, like not a long term, like a 1 month injury, and we get 3.7 mil. That'd be nice. But yeah, Ian Atro goes on deadline day. There we go. So with that being said, all right, we have now got we should have a club promise to Mateus Cunha. Mateus wanted to become a regular starter if Ian Atro leaves. I think that's going to happen no matter what anyway, mate. Ian Atro's left, Mateus has come in. If there's an injury to Garen Cole long term, Mateus Cunha now plays up front. And that also means that we can now play Lynch, Alves, and Harvey Barnes because now we can play Ronnie up front in the reserves as well. So, look, all works out, and that means that we're going to line up very much like this in the future. And like that, and that's about how we're going to line up here. Is a Mateus Cunha on one side with Smith Rowe, Elise, and a Garen Quoll. I think that is quite a dynamic front four. YouTube, your game today is against Newcastle at the King Power against Heady Owls at Newcastle side. Let's go and have a bit of a deep dive into Newcastle because they're a very interesting team. Obviously, 2 years ago they finished 11th and then 7th and now 12th in this save, but Eddie Howe still got a job. In terms of their transfers, which is what everyone's interested in, 135 million, most they spent on was on Unai Simon in goal, which is fair enough to replace Nick Pope. The year before that, the most they spent was 112 mil. The most on that was on Gertrude at right centre-back or right-back with Ignacio. Two very good footballers, has to be said. Grimiado in there too. And then in their first season, they signed Sergio Ramos on a free, Guido Rodriguez, Pepe, and Malcolm. So they've all done pretty well. I don't know who was on the outs. 145 mil worth of outs just gone. St. Maximin to Juve. Miguel Almiron went to Sociedad for 34 mil, which is huge on FM. But yeah, so they currently sit 7th. The reason why I'm giving you this game is obviously we sit 5th and I don't, or 4th, but after Man City play their games in hand, they'll be ahead of us. If we win this game, I don't see us finishing lower than 6th if we get this win with 10 to go, and that puts us in a really good spot to be more than likely Champions League, if not 6 in the Europa League, and we'll go try and win that competition, which is fine. In terms of results since we last met, which was deadline day, and etc. As well, things have been pretty good. We actually won out in the Champions League, which was against Atletico and Leipzig. Won 3-0 of a rotated team. Absolutely FM'd Atletico, has to be said. Atletico got pummeled. 4 shots for 2-1 there. Brighton 3-1, then Fulham, Chelsea and Norwich was a draw, and we got a replay against them after this game, but we are going full strength. With that being said, not 100% is Thuram, so we're going to put him onto the bench. Melier, Livramento, Demirel has been fantastic. Jose Marsha and Christensen, Drewsbury, Hall and Lavia. Lynch is playing because Elise's out injured for the next few weeks. He did a string, unfortunately. So he's out for another 6 to 12 days, out 3 weeks total. Lynch has been developing, he's now tutored to be a championship player. He's looking fantastic. I think there's going to be at least 13 stats to get to 15 plus, which makes him a very good footballer, and it could be even more than that as well because there's a lot of 11s. Smith Rowe, Mateus scored his first goal, and Garen Qual as well. We did beat Chelsea at home, which means we've done a double against Chelsea too. We are going to get straight into this episode. If you think I'm rushing a little bit, it's because I do have a doctor's appointment to be at in 15 minutes. I live about 5 minutes up the road with no traffic to get there. Yeah, we're probably cutting this one a bit close to do this episode, but I was kind of like, this is going to be the last game of the stream, so here we go. Ball back stick, Mateus Cunha doesn't win, Christian heads down, Qual got brought down, that's going to be a pen, you would imagine. Anything to make this game go a little bit quicker, so we're going to do that. Penalty's been given. Taking it is number 13, Mateus Cunha, who I think has got some good penalty taking, and to put us 1-0 up versus Unai Simon, that's in the bottom bin. Mateus scores, we lead 1-0. 10th goal in all competitions for him, including his goals that he had at Wolves. He didn't dominate probably the championship as much as he should for a player of his level, but yeah, he's done well. With that being said, we are 1-0 up, and this would be a great game for this one to just be over in 5 minutes and tick away. And at the moment, not really a highlight, which is good for us as well. I'm ready to, for those on stream, I am ready to go to my doctor's appointment, hence why we're doing this. I just need to film this game, and then we'll be off stream as well. If you are in the stream, links down below to come follow us live on YouTube. And for those on stream, give it a like, subscribe to the on YouTube. Sorry. For those on stream, there is a link in the chat to go follow us on YouTube. For those watching on YouTube, if you want to see all this content live, you can follow the links down below to my Twitch stream as Mateus Cunha picks up the ball and drives. He looks inside and finds Christensen. Mateus, Smith Rowe deflected and cleared. And nearly was 2-0, unfortunately for us, it was not. Now, this is going to be a pointless highlight, so we're just going to get through this a bit quickly. And should be pointless. It's not. Apologies. It is. Okay, good. Young enough, not young. Don't have too much time. This is a highlight. We should not be doing it 4x speed, Damien. Apologies, we just scored. That was pretty bad for me. I was too busy reading the chat. Someone calling me young. 32 minutes in, we lead 2-0, which is great. Garen Qual scoring Mateus with an assist. Especially after letting Iheanacho go. We've put a lot of eggs in the Garen Qual basket. But anyway, good for Mateus. Good cutback, and Garen ain't going to miss that. And he just scores goals, Garen Qual. He just scores a lot of goals. If this is 3-0, I'm just going to speed through this game here. This just proves that I think we're better than the rest, especially at home. If Mateus Cunha scored that, I would have been singing his praises. I do think we are better than the big three on this save, which is on this save is Liverpool, Man United, and Man City. Man City haven't even been 100% great either in this save since sacking Pep. Doing brilliantly, keep it up, go into the second half here as well. And yeah, I'm hoping the second half finishes in 3 minutes. Hopefully you'll see that it does here, YouTube. We don't mind if there's not a highlight here at all. And with that being said, I do have a big game against Norwich, and it is 2-0. I am moving into the 4-3-3 here. And the main reason moving into the 4-3-3 here is we do have a big game incoming. Rooney coming back from injury is going to go up front as well. I'm also going to get Ndindi in for Lavia. And Livramento out for James Justin. I've got one eye thinking on the FA Cup second leg, and the other eye thinking on if there's not many highlights because we go into a more defensive system. This game's going to finish in within the 3 minutes that I set it out to do. Anyhow, time ticking away here. 75 minutes played, 2-0. We've looked very good. Boys are playing very well. I'm going to just leave everybody else out there. Demiril's going to come off here. I'm going to give Harry Suter some minutes. Don't want him to get injured. Harry will come off the bench. Harry's probably going to start the FA Cup next round. He's been very good for us, Harry Suter. Just chips in when he needs to. He's very good. Anyhow, a very convincing 2-0 win. We had a lot of possession, a lot of shots, a lot of chances. We signed Mateus Cunha, who in this episode got a goal and an assist, so a very fantastic pickup for us. And we sold Kelsey and Nacho. I think that is a very good trade. With that being said, I think we're going to finish no lower than sixth. If not, I think it's going to be 5th or higher. We're in a very good spot, 62 points after 28 played. There's a world where we probably could finish 2nd, and there is a world where we do finish 6th. But there is no world now after beating Newcastle where we're going to finish 7th. With that being said, I'll see you guys for a Champions League episode, next episode out, where we know who we're going to get in the knockout rounds. With that being said, thank you for watching. Give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm off to go see my doctor. You guys are off to watch another episode. Thank you and goodbye. Bye.